Away, my friend.
All right, just talking about it. The stock market could actually be called the auction market because buying and selling are done through an opening bid and an offer.
That's
a bid
exactly
and an offer.
right.
Yeah. So almost every century, every industry, every nationality, every family has been exposed to auctions. I mean, auctions have been around since the beginning of time, for God's sakes, because they are a highly efficient and effective business tool for getting rid of stuff to people who want to buy it. And they meet that public need. So they're very big and have been for a long time. No one knows exactly when they started or who started them, but records from ancient Greek scribes put auctions as far back as 500 BC. How about that? And at that time, women were auctioned off as wives. Good times, good times. Now, here's what happened, too. The buyer could get his money back if he and his new spouse didn't quite get along,
That doesn't happen these days.
No, and unlike a horse where, you could test it out before, no. You couldn't try out the maidens before the auction, although you could get your money back, I get. But the hot chicks fetched big bucks. Owners of less attractive women had to kind of add dowries or other little incentives, monetary offerings.
Really? So if you had to marry like a girl that looked like me, you'd have to have a big amount of cash in the bank.
Yeah, at least. Anyway, that would make the sale go round. Now, back in Rome, around the town of JC himself, Christ, auctions were very popular for family estates and to sell war plunder.
Oh, because if you won a battle, you got to keep the spoils of the victory.
You got to
take the stuff home.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Roman soldiers sold plunder at auction. The licensed auctioneer at that time was called the Magister Auctionarium. And,
nice.
And that guy drove a spear into the ground to start the auction.
I took my kids to the auctionarium the other day. I saw a big...
big auctionarium in 3D. That's so nice.
That was good.
Anyway, today we use a gavel to start things out.
How'd the gavel happen?
Instead of the spear
Instead
into
of
the
the
ground.
spear. Okay, great.
Because that got a little violent and screwed up a lot of carpets at very nice places. Now, the art of auctioneering was a common practice back in the Civil War. The colonels auctioned off the spoils of war.
Like the military colonels?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and surplus. If they didn't eat all the stuff on toast, they got to sell it. And only officers of the colonel rank could conduct an auction. That's why the term colonel is used by many auctioneers still today.
Really? I didn't know that.
Then around the 1900s, everybody was getting in it. Auction schools started. America, however, at that time, a lot of auctioneers said that at that time they believed that auctioneering could not be trained.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Listen, you've had me go to a couple auctions in your stead when you were overserved the night before.
Well, actually, back then, they believed that auctioneering was a natural ability given to us from God.
And
it is, baby. Thank you.
I'm
and
serious.
so does our guest, Jay Fisk. Anyway, there was no amplification system back then either, so voices were...
Can I get $20?
Yeah, and believe me, I've shown up at a couple where they expect me to do it without a PA, and I go home. Goodbye. We have technology now. Anyway, they had trouble getting people to hear their auction cry and keep their voices intact, so a lot of gigs came up for a lot of people because these guys are blowing out their voices. The next gig, the auctioneer's chant had to be kind of melodic. That's the thing they also had to learn.
Yeah, it's like, hey, 10, 20, 20, it's almost like they're singing.
It is almost like they're singing.
Okay, do me an Apple auction quick. $100.
$100 bidder now. Give me $1.50. $150. Go to bid it up to $200. $200 bidder in the back, folks.
Nice. Okay, good. So that's good. Why is that?
Well, the rapid delivery is supposed to, some people think it's because they had to get out of town and they were paid by the amount of things. No, that's I couldn't find that to be true. The delivery is important to keep the attention of the bidders because it's entertaining. You never know when someone's going to just go bam like that.
Wow, you're scaring me a little bit.
And just because it's raising money is serious business and money's raised here, it's also very fun, very theatrical.
I love going to auctions. Not when I'm up there, but when it's really, if you have a good guy up on front, it's a blast.
You got to have a good guy. And again, thank you. Give me a call, auctionhelp.com. But in the 90s, technology kind of caught up with it. The computers, the fax, cell phones and stuff like that. Some auctioneers started using like little pictures, of smaller auction items to put on the PowerPoint on the big screens so you could see the diamond ring and stuff like that. Look closer at the merchandise and got a lot of stuff. And today, of course, auctions are in cyberspace, eBay, big auction.
Yeah.
So a professional auctioneer brings money to your auction. Volunteers are key to setting up benefit auctions, but don't put the auctioneering responsibilities in the hands of that discounted auctioneer or the local weatherman who just lost his gig or the football star. They don't know what they're doing. Hire a pro and start practicing right now. $50, give me $100 bidder now. Give me bid it up to $150. $150, be a better bidder. Give me $2, and you're a auctioneer.
Nicely done, Russ T Nailz.